Alrighty, thank you so much everyone for getting on the call tonight and for spending your evening with us. I know that you guys probably have a million things you guys could be doing. I know I've got laundry and dishes and everything waiting for me after this, and I really do appreciate you guys taking the time to hear us out and to hear what we are so passionate about with this freedom revolution and healthy living revolution. So just a big thank you. And just to start it off, I'd like you to think about what brought you to this call. So think about your health and your goals and, where you'd like to be. Are there some health challenges that you've had? Is it more fitness, more energy, less salt, sugar cravings, better sleep? What would you want to change if you could change anything? Just to start it off, we're not here to impress you, but we are here to impress upon you that life certainly can be better if we're willing to take a look outside of the box. And we are all here because we have felt and experienced the power that simple changes can make to our health and to our lifestyle. That's really what we're going to share with you tonight. I will be sharing my story and my journey with you a little bit later. Because when I started out here, it was because I really wanted to have more options. So whether you work for a traditional company or you own a traditional business, you would be quick to tell me, like I would tell you, that owning your life or this idea of freedom doesn't really fit with either of these models. So it took me some time to realize that my traditional nutrition business couldn't really deliver on the hopes and dreams that I was ultimately looking for. So when I first came to look at this opportunity and this mission, I really didn't think it was for me. But I came to the information with an open heart and an open mind, and it certainly completely changed our lives in such a positive way. And so I hope that for you tonight as you're listening or watching the recording. So for me, when I started my traditional business, I was excited about stepping into that success and having that as a learning experience. But for me, my values were really torn between being ambitious and successful and getting ahead financially and wanting to spend more time with my family. So I want you to consider the perspective that our world has changed a lot in the last 10 to 20 years. So especially the way that we come across products and services. So with the rise of technology and social media, some of our behaviors are so different than those of our parents' generation, yet we're still living the life we saw them live, trading time for money and trying to get ahead in a world that is just totally different. So what I love about the Juice Plus company is that it's certainly a company that's moving with the times. So this event right now is a perfect example of that. We have people tuning in from all around the world, or who will watch the recording from all around the world. And so what I'd like to do first of all is to share a little bit about our nutritional foundation, which are our Juice Plus products, and give you some background knowledge on that. So for me, as a holistic nutritionist, more fruits and vegetables is a no-brainer. A simple way to do that, there's nothing that it will hurt and there's nothing that it can't help. So here are three capsule blends here are the foundation of our very narrow product line. So it's literally 30 different fruits, vegetables, berries that are grown to peak ripeness, are non-GMO, pesticide and herbicide free, and that's all really important stuff. So all of that is actually blended into a capsule. Let me do the camera work here, kind of. You can kind of see that it's just fruits and vegetables in a capsule, and that's it. So that's really Juice Plus. Very simple. I have yet to meet someone who doesn't know that fruits and vegetables are good for us and that more are good and who doesn't need more. So all of us are really passionate about our health, and yet many of us, even though we know what better, don't necessarily get it right every single day. When I first learned the amount of servings we need in a day to decrease our risk of various diseases and just to feel and look our best, 7 to 13 servings. So a serving is the size of your hand, like this. 7 to 13 of those. Most people are getting between 1 to 3. And so that just helps bridge the gap. We're no means trying to replace our fruits and vegetables. We want to eat as much as possible to help us come closer by bridging that gap. So it just helps us, our family, to do that every single day. So one of the things I love most about Juice Plus is that we can sponsor a child for free. So when any adult gets the capsules, then you can also get the chewables or the capsules for a child for free for up to 4 years. So even if you don't have kids, you can still sponsor a child. They will get product as long as you are ordering. What I love about this is that it forces moms and dads to invest in themselves and be that role model before they invest in their child, because how often will we buy something for our kids before we will ever see how we are worthy of that as well. So that's pretty incredible. There are literally millions of families who are taking part of this study, and millions of dollars a month that the company is giving so that families can take part in this study. So for me, I was introduced to the Juice Plus products probably about 15 years ago. It took me a few years to be open to actually hearing out the information. I kind of just, before I heard about it, even put my blinders up, because I did not think it was something that I needed. I thought I was a good eater. I thought I was healthy enough. I was young. And though I was struggling with my immune health, I was getting a lot of different colds and flus. Anything that would come around, I would get. I was on antibiotics every year at least. I also was starting to deal with a lot of digestive upset. And I was taking over-the-counter medication, probably way too much than I should have, every day, so I could get through university and get through my classes without having to run to the bathroom a million times. And I was struggling a lot with that, because no matter what I ate, I was getting sick. And so there was a lot of anxiety that went with that. And so it was my boyfriend's mom who said to me, as I was telling her about this, that, Sarah, I've talked to you about this before, but have you considered fruits and vegetables? It's not going to hurt you. What if it helps? And so at that point, the poor, college student, I was a little bit worried. I'm like, is it expensive? Like, I'm sure it's good. I'm sure you I trust you and in your judgment, but is this expensive? Because I'm broke. And she explained to me that, she said, Sarah, it's $2 or $3 a day, depending on what you go with. Do you think that you could invest that and switch something you're already buying for this for your health? And I thought, of course I can, because I spend that easily at the vending machine, or if I want to buy a coffee or whatever. So I invested in that as part of my budget for 7 years as a happy customer before I had any involvement in the business. Since I started to take it, I recognized that I wasn't getting sick as often. Those colds and flus that were going around would pass me by for the first time ever. And now it's been 12 years on the product that I've realized I haven't needed antibiotics for any reason. I've been through 2 pregnancies. I've been through university, 2 programs of schooling, tons of stress and tons of life changes, moving out of country. And I've just felt so much happier and more energy in my 30s than I ever did, in my early 20s when I got started. So I also want to share our complete protein. So we have the Juice Plus capsules and chewables, which I just shared with you, and then we have our macronutrient product. So these are amazing. These are by far the cleanest source of shake that you can get out there. So it's all about balancing our carbs and proteins and fat, and it's essential to building muscle and getting the sorts of results that people are looking for. So really, if you're fit, that's wonderful. That's 20% of it. 80% of it is that nutritional component. You really can't out-train a bad diet. And these are perfect for meeting people where they're at. So for me, I love having these, just being able to shake it up with some almond milk or blend it up in a smoothie. And that helps me keep my blood sugar stable throughout the day and my energy stable. It's the only shake I would ever share with my kids. or take when I was pregnant. So they come in chocolate and vanilla, and there's lots of different superfoods in it as well. So 15 different fruits and vegetables that are different than what is in the capsules and the chewables, and they're highly absorbable and low glycemic. So it's a great, great product. We have our snack bars, which I wish I could show you, but we've eaten them. So they're really good. And then our newest product is this omega. So most people take an omega supplement or know that omega-3s are good. This is actually a vegan blend, so there is no fish at all. Something that I learned is that fish get their omegas from algae. So our company has bypassed that middle fish, and they get their omegas straight from the algae, as well as a blend of different plant oils that are really great for skin health and microcirculation, and just a lot of really cool stuff coming up in the research. So raspberry seed oil, tomato seed oil, pomegranate seed, like really good stuff. So we also have an amazing program that can help give people a start wherever they are, and it goes along with our product. So this is so much value around this program. We have so many resources, including recipe and eating guide, meal plans, amazing online support to help people get the results that they're looking for and to have a jump start for better health. So it's not a weight loss program. It's about resetting your system with good, clean fuel, rebuilding your microbiome so that you crave better foods and your whole body is just stronger and healthier throughout the entire month. And hearing about the stories of people who have taken advantage of these programs and of our nutritional foundation is really what fires us up. I, of course, as a science geek, love that we are the most researched product in the entire world. You can ask Siri. There's so much just proof that really our products do exactly what fruits and vegetables can do. If you could get 30 different vine-ripened whole fruits and veggies in your diet every single day, we would notice the same things, and I just love that. So with that, I'd love for a couple of people to share their stories about what Juice Plus has done for them. And so I will just get Jenny to unmute and share her story.
Hi there, everyone. So thanks again for having me on, Sarah. I was really excited to be able to come on and share my story because I have seen so many health benefits. I actually started taking Juice Plus 3 years ago, and since then I literally have not missed a day taking any of my capsules. The reason I started it was because a friend of mine said that her sister had a lot of success with getting off of her depression meds. And at that time, I was actually on anxiety medication, and that was something that I wanted to start tackling. So I started taking it, and within about 4 to 6 months, I was able to go off of my medication, which was pretty huge. And, you know, over the last 3 years and just listening to different talks and doing research, I really understood the importance of brain health and nutrition and eating the right things for that. So, you know, within about 4 to 6 months, I also started to see some other great things. When I really paid attention to my body, I realized that I didn't get eczema anymore, which was, you know, huge for me. I was always using cortisone creams for that, and I still, 3 years later, don't use them. Within this last, 3 years with this journey, I noticed that I am no longer taking antibiotics. So I used to be chronically sick with bronchitis, and I used to have bladder infections, going to the doctors and being on antibiotics all the time. And that has since disappeared. So I've seen some amazing things, and probably some of my biggest success was, I'm sharing a lot on this right now, but that's okay. Is one of my biggest success is when I went to go get an ultrasound of my ovaries, the doctor said that I was diagnosed with PCOD at a young age. And he said, I don't know what you're doing, but whatever you're doing, your ultrasound has cleared up. And my doctor also told me that my kidney function had increased as well. My filtration, that was something that was in my family. I had a lot of, health issues to tackle. And, you know, looking back at this journey, I truly, truly believe that this was a massive part of my health change, is being able to finally crave healthier foods. I do not go a day without eating a salad for dinner and like asking for vegetables, and, you know, getting enough vegetables and fruit in my diet because of the capsules. So definitely something I will not miss taking. But if anyone ever wants to reach out to me about any of those things I mentioned, I'd be happy to talk about that as well. So it's a little bit of my benefits. Back to you, Sarah.
Yeah, that's amazing. I love hearing those stories, and like, I'm sure you notice over time, like you start to think back and you think, oh, I don't have what I used to have. And that was the same for me. It was like, if someone were to ask me 4 months in, is it doing anything for you? I would have been like, I don't know, it's good for me. But with so much time to look back on, it's like, oh, actually, I'm not getting sick. And, oh, I haven't had an eczema outbreak. Like, those things are huge. And with eczema and PCOD and all of those things on the rise, because our nutrition, like our food, is just so depleted in nutrients, and you're so much more exposed to toxins than ever. To have that daily protection, I think, is so important and so powerful. So thank you. Thank you for sharing your story.
No worries. Happy to.
Yeah. And so I'll get Lisa to unmute and share a little bit about her journey with the product. You still have Lisa? There she is. Oh.
Okay, you called on me. I couldn't hear. Hey, everybody. I am in St. Louis, Missouri, in the middle of the United States. So thrilled to talk to you sweet Canadian people, our above neighbors. Anyway, I am a fitness trainer for 36 years, and I own my own gym the last 7 years. But I was in corporate America for many years, and when I heard about Juice Plus the first time, a little over 15 years ago, the lady did a great job of giving me some information. I listened to the Dr. CD. It made sense. And like a smart person, she gave it back to her to say, I'll eat better. That I need to eat better. I know better. I know it's 80% nutrition and 20% exercise. And when it came up to me like 6 months later, and I heard it again, and this is where exposure comes from, and not everybody gets it on the first time, second, sometimes 8, 10 times, sometimes 5, 10 years people take, to really figure it out, or wait for a life crisis, unfortunately, to really change their health picture around. But I listened to it again, and really what got my attention was you can trump genetics by 70%. You can, DNA is not your destiny. You can really do a lot with what's on the end of your fork. And at that time, I was 40 years old, and I was, 50, 60 hours a week, corporate America, running a company. And then I was heading to the gym to train a couple of times a week. I was doing some personal training. I was bartending on the weekends. So I was burning a lot of energy. And I've always had a lot of energy. And the gal goes, well, Juice Plus may give you some energy. And I thought, oh man, if I get any more energy, I'm going to be obnoxious, right? And well, now I am. But so my big thing though was I was a big GNC vitamin user. So by the time I heard about Juice Plus, I was already on 11 GNC vitamins for like 25 years. Okay, big vitamin, because I knew I needed to supplement my diet, and I knew it could always be better. And fruits and vegetables really weren't on my plate, literally. And so I thought, well, I don't know. I've done 25 years of GNC. I get my blood work done every other year, and it's not getting any better. The numbers aren't really doing any good. So I thought, you know what? I will try this Juice Plus for 4 months. I told the lady, don't talk to me, don't call me, don't bug me, don't invite me to anything. I will take this product and I will just see what it does. And I knew my body because my schedule was very regimented, my workout schedule. When you get paid to exercise, it's a pretty sweet deal, actually. But, you really know your body. I knew my urine. I knew everything, where my muscles were, if I had them, if I didn't, how I was so sore for days. So when I got on Juice Plus, I really saw a lot of the cleanse come out, just get rid of all this vitamin stuff. And then probably I think, everybody is affected differently. Some people, I can get junk food eaters to get on it, and in 24 hours, they're like, what's in this stuff? And I'm like, oh my God, your body is just absorbing that good nutrition. So, because mine wasn't extremely bad, I felt like 60 to 90 days is really when I started really feeling just better. Skin was better, nails were stronger, hair wasn't falling out as much, just some cosmetic stuff. But really what I noticed was the bioavailability that's in fruits and vegetables. And that'll tell you if you're a vitamin user or you come across people who do vitamins, it's in the toilet all the time. What you're literally, they call it expensive urine, and that's exactly what it is. And so I saw that was like, the light bulb went off once. And I thought, wow, okay, this is bioavailable. It's, carrots going to my eyes, leafy green vegetables going to my liver and kidneys. And okay, so that's interesting, So I kept taking it, never missed a day. And then all of a sudden I was teaching classes, and my class was just like, oh my God, I can't believe, what are you doing? Are you doing something without us? Are you taking that 5-hour energy drink or whatever? I'm like, no. They're like, what are you doing? I said, I don't know. I'm doing this Juice Plus stuff, and I think it's doing me pretty good. And they're like, well, you should see your triceps and your back muscles, because they were in the back of me in class. And I'm like, I have muscles back there? I go, are you kidding me? I've been lifting weights since I've been, like 16 years old, been training, easily 4 times a week for life. I've been teaching for 36 years. Okay. So I'm not a seasonal exercise girl, and hopefully none of you are. And all of a sudden, then that put a light bulb, and I thought, wow, my muscles are popping because I'm feeding them, I'm fueling them. And then I started realizing, wow, I'm usually sore for 3 days. And when an instructor gets somebody of their members to say, I am sore for 3 days, I had to call off because I couldn't walk, we're kind of like, oh, great workout, we're so good. Then I realized, oh my God, I'm tearing down people's muscles and their whole body, and I didn't know any better. So when we know better, right, we do better. So I was like, wow, I think this stuff is really good because I'm not sore as much, maybe 24 hours, the normal soreness, and I'm responding and refueling, and my muscles are popping after all these years. So that's when it really got my attention. And 7 to 13 is really what the average person should, eat a day. And as an athlete, you really need 16 to 20 a day. And there was no way I was doing that. So fast forward, I did Juice Plus every day, got on the shakes. I got rid of all the whey protein that really was literally just constipating. But I thought it was good because I had 44 grams of protein. And now here I cut down to the protein that's in Juice Plus, which is way less than 44. But oh my God, it's so much more impactful than all of that artificial, the whey protein. So a lot of things kind of clicked in my head, and I really realized that it's really Mother Nature that was really missing in the body, like it is in so many people out there. And so I really just took to that. And after that 4 months, I've never looked back. But, now I'm 55. I taught PE at the high school today, and 30, 15-year-olds were pitiful. And here I am wrapping circles around them at 55. So let's hear it for me. Woo, woo. So anyway, but yeah, Juice Plus is a great source of sustainable energy. I used to have to, between jobs, I'd have to go in a parking lot, kick the seat back, take a nap before I would go teach 2 hours of a class. And now, today I think I taught 10 classes today. And so it's, Juice Plus to me, I don't know what I would be. I haven't been sick in 15 years. Actually, I just got a general practitioner because I thought, I guess I should because I'm getting old. But otherwise, just doing my well woman visits every year, but never was sick. So not on any medications. So pretty proud of that and like to keep that for a long time. So.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that, Lisa. I feel like there's something totally to that energy piece of it, just the natural energy, because I'm a mom, a nursing mom of a toddler and a 1-year-old. And when I go to my workouts, people are always like, how do you have so much energy? I just love how you work out. And I'm like, I don't know, because I don't get any sleep. And I'm like, I should be so tired. But I think there's totally something to that. Another part of my story I wanted to add is through this community, we have a lot of free education and resources. And that piece for me was really important as well, because learning about different allergens in my diet, I was able to completely get off of all those over-the-counter meds and have no more symptoms for my digestive tract. That's something that was a huge change for my quality of life and a big reason why this mission spoke to me so much. The other really exciting thing that we are a part of is sharing this tower garden, which is an aeroponic growing system. You can grow indoors or outdoors all year round. And I have mine in the corner over there. It's dark, so I won't try to show it today. But what's great is, with right now they're in our area, we can't eat romaine lettuce, we can't eat cucumbers because there's E. coli outbreaks, salmonella outbreaks, and I don't have to worry about that. Like I can still, because I'm growing my own and, it's November, we can still enjoy that and just fresh and teach people to grow their own food, which is really important. My son's favorite snack right now is dill. No joke. He will pick out that dill and he'll just munch on that all day. So I totally believe that when you grow it, you eat it. Hearing these stories like Jenny's, like Lisa's, and just having experiences for myself made me really want to start sharing this with others. And the first people I thought of course, were the people I loved the most. And I wanted my parents and I wanted my best friends and my family to be on this product to give them protection and the best vitality that they were looking for. And so I want to transition to our mission and share my heart around that. The Juice Plus to me is a no-brainer. I feel like fruits and veggies, like what more do we say, really? We're not getting enough, and this is an easy way to bridge that gap. But really, when the business was first introduced to me, like I shared it, no problem, and then I was like, okay, I'm going to refer you to my rep because I don't want to do this business. I don't think I can do this business. I didn't think it would do anything for my life, but really, it's incredible now. It's been 4 years since I've been sharing this, and our lives have changed so much, just helping us to get out of the weight of debt, helping me to stay home with my kids and not have to sacrifice the luxuries that I like the travel trips and just being able to afford the little pleasures in life that make me happy. So this business has totally changed my life, but I didn't think that it would in the beginning. So I want to cover some of the skepticisms that I first had when I started this business and that a lot of people have when they start a business like this. So the first one I want to address is the difference between a traditional business and our business. So in most traditional businesses, if you work for a big company or own your own, the reality is that it's cutthroat to reach up those ranks. Like there's a lot of competition, and the further along the ladder that you want to work up, the more competitive it becomes. And also, staff loyalty and sticking to the same company throughout your life is not what it used to be. The same companies will easily outsource outside and that kind of makes it difficult for in-house employees to move up. So basically, gone are the days from working for yourself from the bottom to the top of the company. What I love about the Juice Plus company is learning that we all start off in the same position. So whether you're a doctor, stay-at-home mom, or a student, or a gym owner, we all have the same opportunity, and it really depends on whatever we want to do with it. And anyone has the opportunity to work themselves up to the top position of the company, which is called National Marketing Director. It's a pinnacle position in our business where people get a full medical benefits package. They have really solid residual income and a business expense account and lots of fun trips with the company. And it's very common to reach this position. And the cool thing is that in order to have achieved this position, one has had to reach down and help other people rise. So instead of it being competitive and cutthroat and elbow you out of the way, the only way that I am successful or that anyone is successful is by helping each other rise up. And that creates an amazing culture in this business. So the second thing I was quite skeptical about is that I thought that the only way that I could be successful was to hunt down and annoy all my friends. And I can tell you that this business has nothing to do with hunting or selling. So what I got from events like this is that this is about helping people And we want to help people in two distinct areas. So one area we get to help people is with their health. And I think we can all agree that so many people are out there looking to take their health to the next level. And we can recommend a program, we can recommend a resource or a product from our own personal experience and just sharing our story. And that's what we do. And so there were a lot of people in mind, as I said, when I started to realize what this could do, that I thought of. And I thought, I bet so-and-so with her eczema, or so-and-so who wants to lose weight, or so-and-so who is having problems with their energy might be able to benefit from it. So just by sharing, the solution and saying, I don't know if it's for you, but are you open to learning? And that recommendation went a long way, and many people have thanked me for reaching out and being vulnerable to do that. So that's what it's about. And then the other side that we get to help people with, and this is something that I never thought I would have the power or the confidence to do, but it's with our business. And so we get to help people from a lifestyle and financial point of view. And I don't know many people that an extra $500 to $1,000 or even $2,000 a month doesn't make a difference for. A lot of families, that extra income can make a huge difference, even keeping them out of bankruptcy, keeping a marriage together. You have no idea who needs those choices. My final concern with this type of a business was that I thought I needed to know a lot of people in order to be successful. And so really with my experience kind of proved that wrong, because one of the first people who I shared with was one of my best friends from junior high. We had just recently reconnected. And I shared it with her because she was a busy nurse who was looking for something to have more passion and community. She wanted to connect with people, and she really wanted to help people with prevention, as well as she's a travel fanatic. And she wanted to have a little bit more side income so that she could travel more. So I shared this opportunity and the product with her, and she just took off. And she shared with her mom, who had an incredible story about her allergies and eczema. And so she shared with another person and another person. And, before I knew it, this organization was just growing. And so many of the people who are in my organization, I would have never known because others had shared with those people. So bottom line, it's not who you know, but who you know and who they know. And that's really how it works. So I want to just go through, for those of us on the call who are a little bit more interested in the technicalities of the business, I want to share how we get paid. So we get paid in 3 ways. So the first way we get paid is retail sales profit. And when I talk about retail sales profit, all we are doing is connecting the customer with the company. So we're like that middle person. And the company ships the product straight to the customer. I don't have to carry any inventory. The company bills and collects, so I don't have to deal with any exchange of money. I can have customers in over 25 different countries around the world. And I can build a global business with customers I would have never known, all for $50 is the investment, and that's an annual. So that's nothing. That's like you could go for lunch and spend $50, or you could buy an international business. The second way we get paid is bonuses. Who doesn't love a bonus? I mean, I never thought that I could achieve the bonuses, but it was amazing just with the mentorship that's involved in this business that I was able to. And then I was able to teach others to do the same. So there are a lot of bonuses in our business. And really, I know that with traditional companies, talking to people, bonuses are few and far between, and it really requires you to be like trading all of your time for that company and sacrificing your life for them in order to get those. So there's a real encouragement about raising people up, because when I help a team member get a bonus, I also get a bonus. So that mentorship, like I said, is so strong. Some of these bonuses start at $100 and $300 and go all the way up to $10,000. So that's pretty awesome to be able to grant my friends and family that type of a bonus. So the third way we get paid is called a performance bonus. And this is really where the magic happens in terms of a passive income. So this is where you get paid in your business on a percentage of the total volume of sales that goes through your entire organization. So you're raising people up and helping them to build a business, and you get paid a performance bonus. So this is a thing that really makes our marketing plan stand out from the crowd. You're getting paid a commission on all of that volume. So no matter what is happening, like when I gave birth to my daughter just a year ago, I took some time off. I was tuned in a little bit, but I really took a step back. But my paycheck went up. And that's because of my amazing team and because I had put in the effort in the beginning to really help them establish their foundation. So that is something that's just been amazing for us. And I love empowering others with the knowledge that they can build the exact same thing. So now I just want to share, I have a couple stories about what the business and the opportunity has done for people. So Lisa, do you want to unmute and share a little bit about your journey with the business?
Yeah. So when I signed up, to get the product, I just knew I was living with a girlfriend, and I knew just a few people that I thought I'd share it with. So, right away, my dad got on it with me, my girlfriend and me, and I didn't want to do a business because literally, like I said, I was working 50, 60 hours a week. I was personal training. I was at the gym. I was bartending. So, I was a six-figure girl with my jobs, and so I didn't need any money. But I just knew that it sounded like a great fit for what, I never wanted to sell anything, but this was like, like Sarah said, it's not like we're selling it. It's like, if this is what it sounds like it's going to be, this is phenomenal for anybody. So I picked it up as a little side gig and literally just treated it as a side gig. And, and then people, it started spreading, somebody felt good and somebody was getting off, medicines and asthma and allergies, and kids were getting perfect attendance, and moms were thanking me to get their kids at perfect attendance, which is uncalled for. And I was like, man, and I really was ignorant in the beginning, and I didn't go to any events to really educate myself. So I really didn't know what I had in my hand. And a few years into it, I finally went to an event, and I really listened to a nurse, a doctor, just, moms just getting up there and saying, what this product is doing for them. And I'm like, wow, I think this is more than just, me just getting muscles and feeling good. And this is people that it could really help with some health challenges. So I decided to just pick it up a little more and, build a team and treat it a little more as a business as the years went on. But really, when I hated my corporate job and I looked at my Juice Plus paycheck at that time, and it would pay for, my house payment. I had 2 cars at the time. All my bills. I thought, And when my whole dream was to open up my own gym, I thought, what? I can't stand my boss. And this may be a good time to have the leap of faith to open up my own gym. And that was 7 years ago. And and if it wasn't for my Juice Plus check and, residual income that constantly comes every time somebody eats the product, they pay the company and the company pays me. So I've been making off my dad 15 years of, he's on all the products, and I could always tell him, I'm making money off you every month for 15 years. And he's like, why don't I see any of that money? Here, have a gummy pack and be happy. But so the hidden benefits of having a residual income, a home-based business, whether you pick it up as, a side gig, really, this can be way more than a side gig. I mean, people are able to do so much with this and be able to give to so much more charities, stay home with their kids, not have to go and, go to a second job maybe. I just put a young gal who was 20-something. She wanted a second job, and she called me to say, tell me about this Juice Plus. I said, what, you don't want to go to a fast food, or you don't want to go somewhere and kind of work out of your house and work online? And so, so it's, the benefits are endless, and really, I always tell people, give it a try. For $50 for a year, if you didn't like it, don't do it next year. But for $50, even if you take the product, it's always going to be well worth it. So it's my part of the business.
Totally. Thank you so much for sharing.
You're welcome.
And so, when I started, it was very much for that reason too. Just like, well, it's just $50, and I know I don't have to do much. Like, there's no have-tos. That was really important for me. No pressure. I told my boyfriend's mom that I didn't want to go to any events. I wasn't going to host anything. I just wanted to share with a few people and help them out. A few of my clients, if they were interested, but I'm not going to be pressuring anyone. I'm not going to be like salesy, because I seriously just had these steps about what this business had to look like in the background of my life. So I was starting my nutrition practice. I was also working as a waitress. I was 27 years old, wanting to start a family, but also wanting this career. I wanted to be a successful nutritionist, and I saw that success as a traditional business owner meant that I would be really busy all the time, and I wanted to stay home with my kids, and I just didn't see that being financially viable with all of the student loan debt that we had accumulated over the past several years. We were really struggling just to pay our mortgage, and on top of all of our other bills, including our student loan payment every month that matched our mortgage. So we were just like swimming in this debt and had so much weight on our shoulders. And so, at the beginning, it was just this plan B, kind of maybe a little bit of income on the side. And then I kind of saw the vision of what it could actually do. And we went to a conference, and I heard people on stage who were talking about how they had got themselves out of debt, and that they were with this little Juice Plus business now, traveling the world and being able to experience so many different things that I could never dream that I could create for myself. And I realized that these people were just like me. They were just average people with above average desires. Not really anyone could do this business. So I thought, you know what, maybe I'm hearing this for a reason. Maybe I've been a little bit, had like I'm too cool syndrome. And so I just decided to be a little bit more open. And I decided to start sharing a little bit more intentionally, hosting some events, staying true to my values. And I love that I could do that with this business. We, within a year, were able to create a position for ourselves where I knew that when I was pregnant, I was that waitress who was like 8 months pregnant, serving tables. But the last shift that I had, I knew that I would never have to go back to a job ever, because I created this income and it was growing, and I knew it. And I was passionate about it, and it felt good. And now as a mom of two, I'm able to stay home, but not just that. I'm passionate about the work I do. Every single thank you I get lights me up. And rather than being exhausted, like this event, after I get off this, I'm going to be vibing. Like this lights me up. And that's what I always wanted out of a career. Something that would inspire me, would push me, and would allow me with more energy rather than less at the end of the day. So, we've made it to the top company of the top position of the company, where we do receive that medical benefits package. And my husband and I, both being self-employed, that's been amazing. Like I've been taking full advantage of it, getting massages and acupuncture. I'm just doing it all because I can. And it's just been so freeing and amazing that we can one day legacy that down to our children so they can have the same choices as us. So in closing, I just want to thank you all for tuning in tonight or listening to the recording and sticking with us through the stories. And if anything resonated with you while you were listening, just reach out to the person who invited you and pick their brain. Just give some feedback and pick their brain, and be open to their why and why they started this. So for me, even though I was skeptical when I was first introduced to this business, the questions that I started to ask myself were, well, what if though? What if this could really be something that could change our lives? What if I could earn an extra $1,000 or even $2,000 a month with this? Like, what would that do? What could that mean for our future? And I'm so glad I was able to think outside of the box and think about that seriously. I'm not sure where my life would be in terms of the time that I would have with my kids, the money, the debt load, and our relationship. So I just want to say, if you're looking for breaking out of what you're currently doing, you're not 100% satisfied, maybe this could be something for you. And maybe it's a little bit outside of the box right now, but I really think that with times changing, it's going to be more and more the norm, and it's not going to be so outside of the box. So I just want to say big thank you to you, and hopefully we'll see you at an event or on another call like this. And it's been a pleasure to share with you guys and to hear everyone's stories. So I'll stop the recording now. If you have any questions, you can go ahead now.